Have you ever wondered what would actually happen if you stopped snacking for 30 days? Not dieting, not starving yourself, just removing the little bites, the handfuls, the just one more moments that fill your day without you even noticing. Most people think snacking is harmless. A quick cookie, a small bag of chips, a bit of chocolate between tasks. It feels tiny, almost invisible. But your body doesn't see it that way, because every snack is a message, a spike, a push, a disruption. And when you remove those disruptions, even for just 30 days, what happens inside you is far more dramatic than you expect. Today, I'm going to take you through the science of what snacking does to your body and what happens when you finally give your metabolism the break it's been begging for, not in extreme ways, not by starving yourself, but by doing something surprisingly simple, letting your body rest between meals. And the first thing that changes doesn't happen in your stomach, it happens in your hormones. The first 24 hours, your blood sugar finally breathes. Most people don't realize this, but your body doesn't have time to recover when you snack every 2 hours. Each snack forces your blood sugar to rise, which forces insulin to rise, which forces your body to store energy instead of burn it. So on day one, when you stop snacking, your body reacts like someone finally hit the pause button. Your blood sugar stabilizes, insulin drops, and your body says, finally. I remember this feeling. Researchers call this metabolic rest. It's what happens when your body finally gets a full break between meals, something snacking constantly prevents. You may notice small changes, fewer crashes, fewer cravings, a clearer head, a strange sense of calm. It's not magic, it's chemistry. Your hormones are stabilizing for the first time in years. The hidden reason you snack and didn't know it. Here's something you won't hear on most wellness channels. Most people don't snack because they're hungry. They snack because their dopamine system is overstimulated. Every snack delivers a tiny surge of pleasure. Tiny, but frequent. And here's the problem. Your brain becomes addicted to the frequency, not the food. So on day one, when you stop snacking, you're not just fighting hunger. You're fighting habit. You're fighting chemicals. You're fighting the little reward loops your brain built over years. You might feel restless, not starving, just uncomfortable, because your dopamine has been trained to expect little hits throughout the day. But here's the twist. Within the first 48 hours, those loops start breaking. Your reward system resets. Your cravings soften. Your brain learns again what real hunger actually feels like. This is one of the most powerful things that happens when you stop snacking. The first metabolic shift. Fat burning wakes up by day 3. Something massive begins. When insulin remains low for long stretches, your body has no choice but to switch fuel sources. And the only backup it has? Stored body fat. This is the moment many people feel. Lighter, warmer, more energetic, less bloated, surprisingly sharper mentally. Because as insulin drops, fat oxidation rises. Your competitor talks a lot about small changes with huge effects. Stopping snacking is one of them. It's a tiny behavior, but a massive metabolic shift. Your body finally gets a chance to burn fat between meals, something snacking constantly blocks. And the best part? This happens even if you don't change what you eat. Just by removing the little bites, your metabolism reorganizes itself. The truth about snacking. Your body never told you. Snacking is not harmless. It tricks your hormones, it trains your brain, it weakens your hunger signals, and without you noticing, it keeps you stuck in a constant sugar-burning mode, instead of the fat-burning mode your body was designed for. But when you stop snacking, your hormones stabilize, your hunger signals reset, your energy evens out, your metabolism shifts, your fat burning increases, your brain becomes clearer, and your digestive system finally rests. The first 3 days alone already change more than most people realize. But what happens next, after the first week, is where the transformation becomes undeniable. Because your body will begin doing something you've probably never felt before. By the end of the first week, something interesting starts happening, not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly, almost silently. Your cravings begin to disappear, not because you forced yourself to stop eating snacks, but because your hunger hormones finally learned how to speak again. Day 7. Your hunger signals. Reset. Most people don't realize this, but the modern diet has completely broken one of the most important communication systems in your body, the ghrelin-insulin cycle. Ghrelin is the hormone that tells you you're hungry. Insulin is the hormone that stores energy. When you snack all day, these two hormones get confused. They lose rhythm. They fire at the wrong times. They send fake hunger signals. So at day 7, when you've gone a full week without snacking, your body begins recalibrating. For the first time in years, hunger feels like hunger. Energy feels stable cravings. Softened fat burning becomes steady mood swings level out. This is why some people describe week 1 as surprisingly peaceful. Your body isn't fighting anymore. It's finally back in rhythm. Day 10. Your digestive system enters repair mode. Here's a scientific detail most people never hear. Your digestive system needs long breaks. Not hours, but stretches of time where no new food enters your body. When you snack constantly, your stomach, your liver, your pancreas, and your intestines never get a moment to rest. They're constantly processing, secreting, breaking down, storing. Without you noticing, this creates bloating, gas, acid imbalance, slow motility, inflammation. But around day 10 of no snacking, something remarkable begins. Your digestive tract enters repair mode. Researchers call this migrating motor complex activation. It's basically your body's internal cleaning cycle, and it only activates when you're not eating. This cycle cleans leftover food, removes bacteria, reduces inflammation, eliminates bloating, and suddenly your stomach starts feeling lighter. Your meals digest faster. Your energy becomes more even. You didn't change your diet. You didn't do a detox. You just stopped snacking, and your body did the rest. Day 14. Your energy stops crashing. Snacking causes something called glycemic turbulence, rapid ups and downs in blood sugar. That's why people feel afternoon crashes, constant fatigue, brain fog, irritability, the need to snack. But 2 weeks into cutting snacks, your blood sugar curve finally smooths out. It stops looking like a roller coaster. It starts looking like a calm wave. This is when people often say, I feel lighter. I feel focused. I feel stable. I'm not thinking about food. That stability comes from one thing. Your body is finally burning stored energy, not chasing quick energy. When your body shifts from sugar burning to fat burning, the result is stable focus, longer lasting energy, clearer thinking, fewer mood swings. This is the metabolic sweet spot your competitor always talks about, the moment your body remembers how it was meant to function. Day 20. Your fat-burning system becomes automatic. By week 3, something deeper happens. Not short-term, not temporary, but structural. Your body begins upregulating something called metabolic flexibility, the ability to switch between burning glucose and burning fat with zero discomfort. Most people don't have this ability anymore because snacking keeps insulin constantly high. But after 20 days without snacks, your metabolism becomes efficient again. Your body learns to burn fat between meals automatically, and the results start becoming obvious. Reduced belly bloating, tighter waistline, less water retention, lower inflammation, fewer cravings at night. Your body is no longer panicking between meals. It's no longer asking for quick sugar. It's no longer begging for dopamine hits. It has adapted. It feels safe. And that's when the most surprising changes begin. What happens in the final 10 days, days 20 through 30, is something most people never experience in their entire lives. Your body doesn't just change. Your relationship with food changes. By the time you reach day 20, something subtle but powerful begins to happen. Not in your stomach, not in your metabolism, but in your mind. For the first time in years, food stops controlling you. The constant background noise, the urges, the cravings, the I need a little something, begins to fade. And it's not because you forced yourself. It's because your hunger hormones, your digestion, and your reward system have finally remembered how to function correctly. This final stretch, the last 10 days, is where the transformation becomes real. Day 21, your cravings lose their power. By week 3, the cravings you used to fight don't feel like cravings anymore. They feel like suggestions, and weak ones at that. Why? Because dopamine, the neurotransmitter behind your desire for snacks, has finally recalibrated. Snacking used to deliver small spikes of pleasure. Your brain got used to those spikes. It expected them. But after 3 weeks without them, your reward system has adjusted. It's no longer wired for constant stimulation. This is why people say, I don't even think about snacks anymore. I'm not controlled by food. I feel free. It's not discipline. It's neurochemistry. Your brain has become quieter, calmer, more stable. Day 24. Your body's inflammation begins to drop. Here's something interesting. Snacking, especially sugary, salty, or processed snacks, doesn't just spike blood sugar. It spikes inflammation. Each small snack triggers oxidative stress insulin, spikes inflammatory pathways, fluid retention, digestive irritation. Nothing dramatic, just small hits. But over months and years, these micro-inflammatory spikes add up. When you remove snacks for 24 days straight, the effect is almost shocking. Joints feel less stiff, face looks less puffy, digestion becomes smoother, stomach feels flatter, body feels lighter. This is why so many people wake up around day 24 and say, I feel different. Not skinnier, not lighter, just different. Because inflammation is dropping quietly behind the scenes. Day 26. Your deep hunger. Cues return. Most people have never felt true hunger. Not emotional hunger. Not boredom hunger. Not craving hunger. Real hunger. The kind your body signals when it actually needs fuel, not dopamine. By day 26, you begin recognizing real hunger again. And it feels calmer, slower, deeper, more physical, less emotional. You don't feel irritable. You don't feel foggy. You don't feel desperate. You simply feel like it's time to eat, and that's it. This is what researchers call hunger literacy. The ability to hear your body clearly. Most people lose this ability because constant snacking drowns out the signal. When you stop snacking, the signal returns. It's one of the most empowering changes of the entire month. Day 30. Your relationship with food resets. Something happens on day 30 that almost no one expects. Your entire relationship with food changes. You're no longer chasing quick bites. You're no longer controlled by cravings. You're no longer eating because you're bored, stressed, or tired. Instead, you eat when you're hungry. You stop when you're satisfied. Your energy runs smoothly between meals. Your metabolism works efficiently. Your mind feels clearer. You didn't go on a diet. You didn't restrict anything. You didn't count calories. You simply removed the habit that was silently disrupting your entire metabolic system. And in doing so, you restored something far more important: balance. Your hormones are balanced. Your digestion is balanced. Your energy is balanced. Your hunger cues are balanced. Your brain is balanced. This is why stopping snacking, something so small, creates changes so big. Not because snacks are evil, but because your body was never meant to eat every 2 hours. It was designed to rest, recover, and tap into stored energy between meals. And when you finally give it that chance, even for 30 days, the results are undeniable. The final truth: you don't need to quit snacking forever. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to follow a strict rule. But if you can go 30 days without snacks, you'll learn something most people never discover. Your body works better with fewer interruptions. Your mind becomes calmer with fewer dopamine spikes. Your energy becomes smoother with fewer blood sugar swings. And your hunger becomes clearer with fewer distractions. If this helped you understand your body better, consider subscribing, because the small habits you change today can transform everything over time.